Hello and welcome to the Radical Podcast, inspired by the essence of the word radical, proceeding from the root. We explore the roots of metaphysical wisdom.
This season is all about divination, tarot, and the power held within our intuition. This is The Radical with Nicole and Christina, the two metaphysical girls in the material world. Hello and welcome to The Radical. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Christina.
We are cruising through Taurus season, and today we are talking about the 4 court cards of the suit of Pentacles.
And we just recently did a whole episode on breaking down the court cards with more information on the history and symbology and correspondences of the 4 cards. So we'll touch on that a little bit, but really what we're going to dig into is the card comparisons that we have in our tarot decks of the specific cards and imagery they're using. I have it all mixed up today, with even mixed up with the correspondences too. It's all just one big, ever expanding list within a list within a list within a list. We're talking about the suit of Pentacles. We remember pentacles, they can be coins or discs, diamonds, stones, and crystals in the decks that Nicole and I have. And pentacles represent the material world. It encompasses money, career, our physical bodies, our physical health, stability, and also like the energy of practicality. The court cards in our tarot deck represent, or they can represent, personalities, archetypes. They could be specific people within our lives or in the orbit of our lives. And they also have a lot of energies, timing, lots of different qualities of these cards. And again, we'll touch a little bit more on those as we go in. One of the features of the court cards is that they combine a rank with a suit. We have the rank is the page, and the suit would be wands, cups, swords, or pentacles. Oh, look, I have a note here too. They symbolize how energies manifest, offering guidance through specific behaviors, roles, or developmental stages. See, I should just read my notes, Nicole. Shouldn't be just going off the cuff here. I made notes for myself. The card name for page also can be known as princess, Amazon, daughter, maiden, apprentice. For the knight, can be called a prince, jack, knave, son, also priestess, mother, and totem. For the queen, can be mother, matriarch, foremother, witch, or lodge, representing a higher level of wisdom. And king, father, crone, sage, or exemplar. I'm going to quickly go down a brief correspondence list. Again, if you want more information on each of these, you can go check out that podcast we did about the court cards. For the Page of Pentacles, specifically, is the season of winter. That's the energy of this card. The element is earth. Pages are earth in the suit of earth, because the pentacle is the earth. Polarity is yin. Is this a yes or a no? This is a yes. The tree of life is the 10th sphere of Malkuth, representing the kingdom and the physical earth. Very earthy, the Page of Pentacles. For the chakra, you could have the Muladhara, our actual connection, the root chakra, our actual connection with the earth. And the crystal could represent or reinforce that red from the root chakra. And also, we just did a podcast about the Hierophant, and I was talking about learning and being a student. And I'm always thinking of lapis lazuli when I think of that. But there's also that studious energy could be garnierite, which is a stone that I have that I got years ago, citrine for manifestation, and also clear quartz for focus when you're in that student mentality. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. This is associated with the zodiac sign, Virgo, ruling the 6th house. The element is fire for night, and in the suit of earth for pentacles, fire and earth. The modality, because this is again associated with the zodiac sign for Virgo, is mutable fire. Virgo is a mutable zodiac sign. Polarity is yang. Yes or no? This is a yes. Tree of life is the sixth sphere of Triparath for beauty, harmony, and glory. The chakra is the solar plexus, called the Manipura. And the crystal can be hematite, which is one of my favorite crystals. Do you have any hematite in your collection?
I don't think so.
My gosh, there was a time when I had all kinds of hematite jewelry. Do you remember when that was kind of like, I had like an anklet for grounding, I had a hematite necklace and a bracelet, and it always stayed cool like metal, and it always felt so good to wear it on my body. And that's probably because I needed some grounding and some earthiness. But hematite for focused hard work. Smoky quartz, another crystal that I almost always associate with fire or fire element or fire signs, smoky quartz, and that helps grounding earth energy. And you could also have some green stones like green aventurine for that prosperity and growth of that night energy that's projecting you. For the Queen of Pentacles, zodiac sign Capricorn, 10th house. The element, the queen is water in the suit of earth. So water and earth. The modality is cardinal earth. Queens are all cardinal. They usher in every season. And Capricorn is the ushering in of the winter season after the summer solstice, after the winter solstice. We just had the shortest day of the year, and now the days are getting longer. And so we're in that Capricorn season. And here is the Queen of Pentacles to start bringing us into that time of focusing back into the earth and grounding. The chakra can be the sacral chakra or Svadhisthana. And the crystal for the Queen of Pentacles, green, earthy stones. Think about that Capricorn energy. Think about that cardinal earth energy, and this anything that makes you feel grounding, nurturing, abundance, and also practicality. And the King of Pentacles, the zodiac sign is right where we are now, Nicole. Taurus, 2nd house, fixed earth. It's the element of air. Kings can be seen as air in the suit of earth. Modality, fixed earth, like I said, for Taurus. Is this a yes or no? This is a yes. I don't know if any of the court cards are no's. I mean, we'll find out together, but all of the pentacles so far are yeses. The tree of life is the 2nd sphere of Shakma for wisdom, and this is considered the masculine principle. You know, I just realized that I skipped over the tree of life for the queen, because that is the 3rd sphere of Binah for understanding, and that sphere is considered the feminine principle, and it corresponds to the tree of life, the 2nd sphere of Shakma for the King of Pentacles, wisdom, and the masculine principle. Listeners, we went into this on that Court Cards podcast. Do you remember? Because some schools of thought have it a different way. So if you are interested in that, listeners, go listen to that podcast. I talk about it. The chakra for the King of Pentacles could be the throat, Vishuddha. And the crystal for the King of Pentacles, I love this, tiger's eye, because the King of Pentacles is about abundance, stability, financial mastery, and tiger's eye to me is such like a warm yet energizing stone. And it's some for grounding and wealth. Citrine, again, citrine always for attracting prosperity, and a little bit of pyrite, a little bit of sparkly fool's gold, never hurt anybody. I mean, if you threw it at somebody, but pyrite. But I love those stones for the King of Pentacles. So that is a very short abbreviated list of correspondences. We'll get more into a lot of those in other podcasts, especially the one about the court cards, which was just a couple weeks ago.
We'll have that linked
Okay.
at the end of the YouTube, and it will be linked in the Substack as well. It was episode 82.
Yeah, that
And
wasn't that long.
speaking of different schools of thought, Christina, I'm going to call it like the Christina method. Christina's school of thought and many other people associate the king in tarot with the air element and the pages with the earth element. Christina and I are in alignment when it comes to the queens being associated with the water element and the knights with the fire element. I have the ability to also see another option where the earth element is associated with the kings, and therefore the pages would be associated with the air element. My Zodiac Tarot guidebook shares this school of thought. Cecilia Latari, the author of Zodiac Tarot, explains that the kings have this capacity to consolidate energy, and the earth element has that sort of coalescent energy to it. So I'm able to see that. As we go through the other three courts, the wands, the swords, and the cups, it'll be interesting to see how this holds up. So I told Christina before we hit record, this concept is very much in the front of my mind, but that is an alternate way to look at the cards. And I also wanted to just touch on the energy of the court cards sort of in general. We talk about this in that 82nd episode. But in general, pages are associated with being messengers or bringing a message. They are thought of as a novice or an apprentice. They can be dreamy and idealistic, curious, have beginner's mind. And there is a degree of inexperience, yet a willingness to learn, experiment, and explore. Knights are often associated with movement and varying degrees of speed. If we look at all four knights together, we can see how movement is conveyed differently depending on the suit. Knights are also associated with action and adventure. They're passionate, enthusiastic. They are in this energy of like growth, advancement, development. There's momentum there, energy and drive. Queens have the energy of being supportive and caring and nurturing, creative and self-sufficient, independent, compassionate, and receptive. And kings are associated with the energy of responsibility, leadership, authority, the idea of consolidated power, mastery, wisdom, experience, the embodiment of the elemental power of the suit that they are in. Okay. So this is kind of story time with Nicole.
I am so excited to hear how these cards are connected, because listeners, she'll post a picture of it, and when I first looked at it, I was like, I don't see it, so I can't wait to hear you talk about it.
So I think it was in the 82nd episode, I talked about how the court cards rule 20 degrees of one zodiac sign to 20 degrees of the next zodiac sign. They also rule 10-degree decans, but because it's 20 degrees to 20 degrees, there's sort of this like spliciness in the cards that they oversee. So what I did was I pulled the 4 Pentacle court cards, and then also the Minor Arcana cards that the court cards oversee. So the Page of Pentacles is the first court card, and pages, if we remember, rule the seasons. So overall, the Page of Pentacles rules the winter season. The Christina method says this is Earth in the suit of Earth, and the Nicole method says this is air in the suit of Earth. The Knight of Pentacles, like Christina said, this is the Virgo zodiac sign, fire in the suit of Earth. And the Knight of Pentacles oversees the Four of Wands, which is the third Aries decan when the sun is at 20 degrees of Aries. And it also oversees then the Five of Pentacles, the first Taurus decan, and the Six of Pentacles, the second Taurus decan.
Okay.
Because it's 20 degrees to 20 degrees. So I was wondering, how do the energy and the themes of the Knight of Pentacles show up in these cards? So in the Four of Wands, this could be the steadfastness and commitment of the Knight of Pentacles with the foundations for prosperity in the Four of Wands. In the Five of Pentacles, we can think about the practicality and responsibility of the Knight of Pentacles applied to our financial situation, which is the sort of essence of the Five of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
In the Six of Pentacles, we can think about the diligence and the devotion of the Knight of Pentacles in the realm of giving generously and graciously receiving, which is the Six of Pentacles.
Okay.
So the tables, those sort of interpretations, and also a picture of all these cards will be posted. The Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn season, water in the suit of Earth. The Queen of Pentacles oversees the Ten of Wands, Sagittarius 3, when the sun is at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. She also oversees the Two of Pentacles, the first Capricorn decan, and the Three of Pentacles, the second Capricorn decan.
Oh, I can see it. I see it now.
Yeah. So for the Ten of Wands, we could think about the dependability and the sheltering energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Even if being dependable and sheltering overextends and overburdens her. And that's the energy of the Ten of Wands, but also the shadow aspect of the Queen of Pentacles being overextended and overburdened. For the Two of Pentacles, we can think about the rooted and grounded nature of the Queen while choosing how to spend her time and energy, which is sort of the essence of the Two of Pentacles. And for the Three of Pentacles, the generous, nurturing, kind, and warm energy of the Queen of Pentacles while collaborating and building the Three of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, this is Taurus season, air in the suit of Earth, Christina's school of thought, and Earth in the suit of Earth, Nicole's school of thought. The King of Pentacles oversees the Seven of Wands, the third Leo decan, the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo 1, and the Nine of Pentacles, Virgo 2. So the King of Pentacles, we can think about attainment and confidence combined with the perseverance and determination from the Seven of Wands. We can think about the stable patience of the King of Pentacles combined with progress, flow states, and the quiet competence of the Eight of Pentacles. And the wealth, abundance, and security of the King of Pentacles combines with fruition and investing in our future that we see in the Nine of Pentacles.
I see it. This will be something that I'll absorb as we continue to go. But when you talked about the decans, it was just like reading it on paper, but now seeing it is really cool. Like seeing the cards together like this.
It's definitely a layer deeper.
Yes. Okay. Starting with the Page of Pentacles, the Spirit Song Tarot has this as the Page of Crystals. The spirit animal is the fox, and the keywords are ideas and discipline. A group of foxes is called a skulk. Foxes are small omnivorous mammals. They're closely related to dogs and wolves. They are known adaptability and intelligence. They have incredible hearing. They can run really fast. And there's over 20 species worldwide. They're found on every continent except for Antarctica. So a fox is a spirit animal. It symbolizes quick wit, adaptability, and sharp intelligence. This spirit animal or totem animal can be your guide through complex situations using strategy rather than force. And they can be also called to remind you to be observant. It could represent heightened awareness. This is also feminine energy, the fox. And again, this ability to navigate between physical and spiritual realms. There are cultures that have the fox as one of the animals that can move in between realms. For the Wild Unknown Tarot, this is called the Daughter of Pentacles. Kim Krantz in her Wild Unknown Tarot has a family of deer for the court cards. The keywords that they have is responsible, kind, and supportive. And for the Page of Pentacles, it's a young deer with still with their spots. And I did look this up. If the deer still has spots, it's under 90 to 120 days old. They lose their spots at about 120 days. So this is a young deer. This is a youthful energy. In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden Tarot, this is the Page of Pentacles. Keyword is student. And just look at this card. I love everything about this card. A little pumpkin blossom spirit is embracing a beautiful green and gold pentacle. It's surrounded by books, one of my favorite things. Bees. I mean, I like bees, but, I give them their space. And there's a large pumpkin and lush leaves. The bee is going to keep coming up with pentacles. I have to look at your cards to see if there's any bees on yours. But the bee as a spirit animal symbolizes industry, community, and productivity. But there's also like this element of like practicality to bees because they are always working, aren't they? Bees. You know what I mean? The author writes, the Page of Pentacles is the student of the deck and reflects learning for learning's sake. It is fascination with all things that spark the imagination and developing thoughts and ideas. The energy is slow and steady, thoughtful and considered. There's a slow energy to the Pentacles. And finally, in the Sacred She Tarot, this is the 11 of Earth. Its keyword is honesty. In the picture, there's one plain egg in a group of brightly colored eggs. And the author writes, typically, the introverted, ordinary eggs of our world are overlooked amid the splendid, extroverted ones. But there are times when their quiet approach is what is most needed, and that can have a reassuring influence. This card calls for simplifying, appreciating moderation, and becoming aware of the seemingly insignificant little things. And then that's the end of the quote. But they did mention that it's the honest egg. That it is this, but honesty, the honest egg for that 11 of Earth energy.
I selected 2 decks. One of the questions I had in my mind going through this was, is it useful to think of the court cards as people or more so as energy? So I chose the Mystic Mondays deck because the colors in the deck really speak to me and I think do a great job of like conveying energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other hand, I chose the Light Seers deck because they are people and they feel more like modern day relatable people. Yeah. So I wanted to consider both as I was asking that question of myself. So in Mystic Mondays, we have the Princess of Pentacles. A figure is standing on this kind of wave-like hill, I guess, And the hill is made up of light green and blue. And these colors can convey both the earth element and feelings of inspiration. There's a pink sky and an orange sun, and these colors symbolize devotion and unconditional love. The devotion part kind of, to me, foreshadows that energy of the Knight of Pentacles. And the unconditional love is kind of tapping into the Queen of Pentacles. So it's sort of this energy of what's to come. And the pentacle itself is resting in her open palm. And there's this energy of gentle contemplation, gently gazing at the pentacle and thinking about or preparing for her next move. In the Light Seers deck, we have a figure standing on kind of this mandala pattern. To me, it looks like she's standing in tree pose, like the yoga pose. Her eyes are closed. This feels very meditative. She's holding the pentacle in front of her heart space. The scene is very natural. She's surrounded by trees, and this mandala is kind of in this clearing in the woods. And we'll come back to this tree pose.
Okay, moving on to the Knight of Pentacles. In the Spirit Song Tarot, it's the Knight of Crystals. The author has chosen the camel. Keywords: endurance and determination. Okay, a group of camels is called a caravan. I've heard that before. A caravan of camels. And when they're walking in a line, they're called a train or a string of camels, but I like caravan the most. Okay, if you want to have a fascinating read, go and read the Wikipedia page on camels, their history, their unique biology, their just fascinating animals. I'm just going to cover a couple things, but I read so much about camels this morning, I can't even tell you. But they're highly adapted to the desert environments that they thrived in. Did you know that camels originated in North America and made their way, they migrated to Asia? And that they're related to alpacas and llamas, but the original camelid was from North America. And their whole biology is designed for them to be like survivor animals. So the camel, as a spirit guide, taking into account all of their specialized adaptation and all their specialized biology and how they are designed for endurance and determination, as a spirit animal, they symbolize exceptional endurance, adaptability, and unwavering patience. They serve as a guide for navigating challenging desert-like times in our life. Yes. Okay, for the Wild Unknown, a tarot, the Son of Pentacles, keywords: loyal, quiet, and dedicated. And here there is a young male deer, and I say male because it has antlers. I did look up if female deer have antlers, and it depends on the species, because reindeer, males and females, have antlers. This is not a reindeer. You can assume that that is a yang energy of this family of deer. It is a young male deer gazing downward. It looks very soft. It looks very relaxed. And there's a pentacle in a waning crescent moon overhead of this young deer. In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden Tarot, this is the Knight of Pentacles. Keyword is steward. I like this one a lot. And here a person is standing in a green field, holding a pentacle in one hand. The other hand is stroking a very large brown buffalo. The person is barefoot in the grass. The person is so calm and peaceful. There's an orangey hue to the sky above. The author writes, the Knight of Pentacles carries the slowest energy of the entire deck. When this card appears in a reading, it is a message to pause, take your time, and consider your options carefully. There is no need to rush ahead. In the Sacred She, this is the 12 of Earth. The keyword is explore. And this card, the figure is facing you. It's the wind blown. They're wearing sunglasses, and reflected in their sunglasses are snow-capped mountains lying ahead of them. They're wearing a richly embroidered coat with like a fur lining. The blue, partly cloudy skies overhead. I mean, this looks like exploration. That's the coat I would wear. Those are the sunglasses I would have. That is what I would hope to be looking at if I went exploring, is beautiful snow-capped mountains. So this card really resonates with me with that exploration and that energy of like getting out and seeing things.
So the Knight of Pentacles in my 2 decks, there's a barefoot theme happening for sure. One of your cards, the figure had
Yes.
bare feet, and both of mine have bare feet as well. So in Mystic Mondays, we have a figure standing wearing blue and green, and the background sort of these matching bands of blue and greens, kind of like circular globe-like, but the colors of the light blues and greens can symbolize clarity, confidence, abundance, and work. The bare feet, I think, convey pretty obviously groundedness and a connection to the earth itself, or the earth element. And like the Rider-Waite-Smith figure, this knight is stationary, standing completely still to reinforce this idea of slow steadiness. And in the Light Seers Tarot, we have a figure walking barefoot through the grass. There's a pentacle on his back, like it's a backpack that he's wearing. And behind him, there's sort of this trail of pentacles behind him. And he's walking through a lush field. A horse is following him. This idea of having an animal present is also present in the King of Pentacles in this deck. So there's the similarity with the page and the queen and like trees, and the knight and the king in this deck and having animals present. And the horse is following him out of choice and free will, which I think speaks to the warmth that these characters have, that they embody, that safety, that feeling of safety.
Moving to the Queen of Pentacles. In the Spirit Song Tarot deck, it's the Queen of Crystals, and they have chosen the hedgehog as the spirit animal for the Queen of Pentacles for keywords comfort and prosperity. A group of hedgehogs is commonly called a prickle or a bristle or an array. And then it says hedgehogs are solitary animals and rarely gather in groups except when they're mating or when young hoglets are with their mother. Hedgehogs are small, nocturnal, spiny mammals. They're found in Europe, Asia, and Africa. They're known for rolling up in a tight ball for protection. Their spines are modified hairs. They're hollow, not poisonous, and lack barbs. They have a natural resistance to snake venom, allowing them to eat venomous snakes. The hedgehog, as a spirit animal, is symbolized protection because of their quills, but they're also a gentle strength and a resourcefulness. These animals, as a spirit animal or a totem, they want you to set healthy boundaries and to remain curious and grounded. They can represent self-preservation, quiet resilience rather than aggression to navigate challenges, and it encourages embracing your soft nature and your protective spines, to be whole, to be both, right? The spiny side and the soft side. For the Wild Unknown Tarot, Mother of Pentacles, keywords domestic, loving, and patient. And here in our family of deer, we have a mother or a of female deer lacking antlers with a little baby deer curled up asleep next to her. It is such a peaceful, beautiful card. It's just so warm and loving.
It's so
For
cozy.
Yes, yes. For Secrets of the Witch's Garden Tarot, the Queen of Pentacles, keyword here is cultivator. The queen sits naked on a throne made of a living tree. The pentacles held at their abdomen, covering their sacral chakra and their root chakra and their solar plexus. There's a rabbit at their feet, which is an echo of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And here, red roses are vining all around them. Ivy is vining all around the throne. Red roses as the queen's circlet or their crown. And there's not a clear definition of where the queen begins and the earth ends. It's like they're meshed in together. Barefoot, well, she's naked. So she's the barefoot, the grass is growing around and in and through. There's even elements of the tree's branches being connected to the queen. It all blends. The queen is in and a part of that environment. For the Sacred She Tarot, this is the 13 of Earth. Keyword is support. This is such a beautiful, warm card. Again, in the center of the card, there's a circle, and there's a character with long salt and pepper hair holding a koala. There's a bee totem at the top of the circle. There's another bee. And in the background of the card is all types of flora and fauna. There's some insects, there's some flowers, there's plants that opens up into golden fields and hills, opening up into the reddish orange sky is just like so warm and so inviting. The author writes in their guidebook, this card portrays someone who attentively monitors changes in the environment and strives to maintain the health and well-being of the planet. By focusing on quality over quantity, she supports the entire Earth family. She regards this as a responsibility towards future generations.
Queen of Pentacles and Mystic Mondays, we have a figure dressed in blue and green. So we have the color coordination of this Court of Pentacles series. The queen cradles a pentacle at her heart center. She has long flowing pink hair, which sort of forms like an aura around her, or maybe even like a protective bubble. And pink symbolizes self-love and healing. And in the background, there's sort of these pink and purple, they kind of look like rolling hills or maybe like kind of cloud formations, depending on how you see it. These colors, pink and purple, convey independence, wisdom, devotion, and the yin principle. In the Lightseers tarot deck, the Queen of Pentacles, very similar to Christina's Queen of Pentacles in Secrets of the Witch's Garden. We have a figure sitting on a plush cushion beneath the tree. You can see sort of the same woodland background that we saw in the Page of Pentacles. Her eyes are closed. She looks extremely relaxed, totally at peace. She lightly holds an orange pentacle in her right hand. And she also has this like tree branch crown happening, much like Christina's card. And, you know, the queen here is like pretty much what Christina said about her card. Like, where does the tree begin and the queen end? Or where does the queen begin and the tree end? Mm-hmm. And I love how, like, the progression from Page standing in tree pose, it's like the queen has become the tree with this branch imagery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. On to the King of Pentacles. In the Spirit Song Tarot, it's the King of Crystals. They've chosen the Tiger. Keywords: courage and commitment. A group of tigers. Okay, again, although tigers are generally solitary animals, these terms are used for the rare occasions they are seen together. A mother with her cubs is called a streak. An adults gathering for resources is called an ambush because tigers will ambush their prey. Go read the Wikipedia page on tigers. Again, I felt like I was researching for some podcast on animals we were doing today. I was learning so much about camels and so much about tigers. But go read the page about tigers. It is fascinating, such beautiful, amazing, the history of them, the different species, that they're the world's largest wild cats. They can weigh up to 660 pounds. They can be over 10 feet long, Nicole. Just amazing. And you can find out more information about their preservation, their endangerment status, and more details about their swimming and hunting at night. And they're very successful hunters. 1 in 10 tiger hunts are successful. Okay. The tiger as a spirit animal, it represents raw power and intense energy and fierce independence. This guide can symbolize navigating with confidence, intuition, and there's an element of unpredictability here. This animal as a spirit guide or a totem can help you overcome fear, embrace personal strength, and also act swiftly. The Wild Unknown Tarot has this as the Father of Pentacles, steady and entrepreneurial. Large male deer with antlers is looking at you. There's a pentacle in between the antlers radiating energy. Now, I did look up, again, I was like thinking about the age and males versus female energy of the deer. And you can estimate a deer's age using the antlers, that if they have larger antlers, they can be considered older. But it's not accurate at all because it has a lot more to do with their genetics and their nutrition. We can, for the sake of this family, for this tarot card, say that this is an older, more mature deer representing that older, more mature energy of that pentacle energy and that court card energy. In the Secrets of the Witch's Garden, this is the King of Pentacles. The keyword here is CEO.
Oh.
What's that? Chief Executive Officer. That's what CEO, right? The king character is lounging in the roots of a tree. The tree is the throne. The king is clothed in white, crowned with orange leaves. The king has antlers and tree branches. The leaves, the antlers, and the tree branches are the crown of this king. Even the tattoos on the king look like they're vines. They look like they could be completely organic and completely natural. Again, the king is part of the tree, part of the environment. There's a collection of fruits and not offerings, but he's got like a picnic, or he's got his things around him.
Charcuterie board.
Yeah, he's got. I wanted to say picnic. I'm like, do kings have picnics? Kings can do whatever they want. So there's fruit, grapes, and mushrooms. But then there's also like man-created things. There's bottled and canned food stuff. There's beaded necklaces. There's some products of the handiwork and skill and industry along with the fruits of the earth. It's a combination of the both for this King of Pentacles picnic. For the Sacred She Tarot, this is 14 of Earth. Keyword is respect. A heavily bearded figure is set amidst and part of a riot of flowers and plants and insects and trees in the background. It looks wild. The background around this this character. There's a butterfly in their beard, and in their hands is a teeny tiny bird held so gently and so protectively. The author referenced the green man in this image and in this energy for this card. And the green man, I just looked it up very quickly, but it is a widespread archetype and associated with folklore, is a face that is often carved in stone or wood, and it's adorned completely sometimes with leaves so that you just see the eyes and the nose and the mouth. But there's a long history of this physical, yang, energetic presence that moves on the earth as the energetic partner to the yin earth. So this would be the yang counter, the green man. But that's what the author referenced in their imagery. And it is it's so inviting. The characters just gazing at you with these warm eyes, but I really love like how wild everything is around the green man. It's not cultivated, it's not planted. It is just raw, natural earth energy.
I love that card. It's very interesting that the keyword for Secrets of the Witch's Garden is CEO, because that is not at all what I get from that image, but it is what I get from Mystic Mondays. There's a modern looking businessman in a suit.
Yeah.
Gray hair, facial hair. He's standing in front of a black, blue, and green, what I think to me could be interpreted as a pentacle. So rather than the character holding the pentacle like the other characters are, he is not holding the pentacle. I think this sort of suggests maybe that the King of Pentacles has embodied this energy, the essence of this energy. And the colors black, blue, and green convey the energies of power, leadership, sovereignty, and wealth, without forgetting about the grounded earth element, because that's still present. In the Light Seers deck, this is the only figure who is inside rather than outside. It is also more red in color, where the other colors or the other cards have more green in them. Like I said, this king, just like the knight, has an animal with him. He has a pet dog lounging at his side. And the vibe of this card just exudes comfort and security. The king is sitting in his library surrounded by books. So to me, this is sort of a touchback to the page and the studious nature of the page. Maybe sort of an image of like the books he's accumulated and acquired over years of study. And it's this precise sort of diligence and study that has led him to this present day success, comfort, and security. I have a section called Looking for the Story. We can possibly think of the Page of Pentacles as having an idea and gets the pentacle rolling. Haha. Maybe with an apprenticeship. The Knight engages in the day-to-day work with diligence and steadfastness. The Queen further supports, nourishes, and shelters that which is being manifested. And the King is the embodiment and the culmination of the 3 stages prior, resulting in comfort, success, and fulfillment. My Zodiac Tarot book says, the well-being achieved by the King of Pentacles is the result of the great work and great dedication, which have brought him to this position today. I love the deck that Christina has by Kim Kranz, because that shows sort of growth in a family structure. And I'm sure also we could come up with a plant metaphor, especially since this is the earth element. I'm sure that exists as well. I have a brief collection of words. Page of Pentacles, manifestation, bringing dreams into the tangible reality, new beginnings, financial opportunities, expanding our knowledge, gaining practical skills, and studiousness. The Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady progress, consistency, being steadfast, commitment, diligence, determination, devotion, practicality, and responsibility. The Queen of Pentacles, generous, nurturing, dependable, sheltering, kindness and warmth, grounded, down to earth, sensuous, in the sense that she uses her senses. Rooted and radiant, a healer, and the Mother Earth or Earth Mother archetype. The King of Pentacles, wealthy, abundant, prosperous, attainment, comfort, security, generous, caring for others, a provider, a confident leader, steady, stable, and patient. In reverse, the Page of Pentacles could convey overwhelm or procrastination.
And the Secrets of the Witch's Garden, the question to write the reversal is, what unseen troves of magic support me and bring focus?
In reverse, the Knight of Pentacles could mean complacency, stagnation, boredom, cutting corners, or rushing.
And the question to ask, how does silence protect me?
Ooh. In reverse, the Queen of Pentacles could mean materialistic, overindulgent, overextended, or overbearing.
The question to write the reversal here, how can I invoke beauty?
And in reverse, the King of Pentacles could convey greed, arrogance, being entitled, obsessed with status, or a workaholic.
The question here, how can I invest in my future?
Before messages from the universe, I just want to kind of revisit this pondering. This, is it useful to think of the court cards as people? Christina mentioned this at the beginning, that the court cards can be so much more than people. It can be energies, social roles, stages of a process, levels of maturity and growth, generations, timing. But I do want to say that for the King of Pentacles, we both have a real life person that pops into our head when we think of the King of Pentacles. And I don't think that that's necessarily like a bad thing. If you have a person where you're like, yep, this is Queen of Pentacles to me all the way, I think that's great. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think I'm ever going to draw the King of Pentacles and not think of our friend Will.
Exactly.
So I have 3 cards from the Pocket Animal Spirit deck by Kim Kranz.
We haven't had this deck in a little bit. I love the spirit animal. Well, listeners, I think y'all know how much I love animals by how much I talk about animals during a tarot card podcast. So I am all for it.
The first animal, and there's 3 to choose from. The first is the spider, creator of prosperity through life's work and dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. That sounds very Knight in King of Pentacles to me.
Spiders are so pentacle energy, so earthy, and they are practical and they're hardworking because they make their webs. So they are such a strong pentacle association.
The second card is the Rabbit. And just honorable mention of the rabbit in the Queen of Pentacles card.
Yes.
Afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. That sounds like the Queen of Pentacles shadow in reverse. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, oh rabbit, they shape your destiny. When in balance, sensitive, problem solver, good listener. When out of balance, over-explains and talks fast. To bring into balance, a day of silence. And our final card, card 3, is the golden egg. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. And it's the golden egg, like a golden pentacle. Okay. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. The golden egg and the fourth chakra. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra, called Anahata, is the home of the self or the soul. By bringing the mind into the center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. Thank you, universe.
Thank you, universe. Oh, I love that deck. Oh, I love that deck.
We are back next week with our final Taurus episode, the Empress.
Oh, I love that card.
So we will talk to you then, listeners. Until then, thank you. We love you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode. The Radical Podcast is created and produced by Nicole and Christina.
Music by Van Horton. His Instagram is Van Horton Music. Stay in touch with us at linktr.ee/theradicalpodnc.